Alright, for those of you that don't know, go ahead and Google the phrase, never a straight answer. Or better yet, see what your Alexa or Echo Ball has to say about that phrase. Now, the answers you come up with did not come out of thin air. It comes from years and years of us being left in the dark, and in many cases told one thing, when actually the complete reverse opposite is the truth. This brand new article is a perfect example of how that continues to be the case today. Even the biggest celestial events that we've ever seen take years for us to finally get the data and the truth about what exactly took place. And more times than not, when that information is finally released, we pretty much learn that the people in charge knew about it the entire time. We are going to take a look at a specific situation just released to the public yesterday of an event that took place back in 2014. And no, I'm not talking about the Russian meteor in 2013. We're going to be taking a trip to Papua New Guinea for this one. And basically, this article proves that not only did we know about a lot of these celestial events, but declassified documents released to the public prove that they saw it coming the entire time. My friends, we're going to break this all down right here, right now. Let's go. Right, my friends, April 12th, 2022, and one thing that's not a secret is that over the past few months specifically, we've been covering all the different crazy celestial events that have been taking place all over the United States. Everything from that massive meteor that exploded over western Pennsylvania to a massive sighting over Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and even as early as 2 days ago, most of the central part of the United States and parts of Canada had an amazing sighting of over 300 people reporting this giant fireball that you were seeing on your screen right now. And that's not even really taking into account all the mystery booms with little to no explanation besides the fact that it may have been a quote-unquote unsuspected meteorite explosion. Now, I want you all to keep that in mind as we look at this most recent article, like I said, was released yesterday. And in this article, it talks about a meteor that exploded over Papua New Guinea back in 2014. I also want you to take note of the size of this thing. It was actually pretty tiny compared to other events we've seen in just the recent months. Now, just looking at the title of this is enough to spend an entire video about. Just the simple fact that back in 2014, this event was known about, and only now, 8 years later, that it's finally being released to the public, and even scientists had to wait 3 years in order to get this information. Now, I'm going to talk about exactly why they claim they classified this specific meteor explosion over Papua New Guinea, but I want to take a look at some of the biggest celestial events that they claim they never saw coming. And when I say they, I mean the never a straight answer people. The Chelyabinsk meteor explosion over Russia in 2013 was one of the biggest, if not the biggest celestial event we have ever seen on video, and is only second to the 1908 Tunguska event that was said to be either a small comet or meteor that exploded in the Earth's atmosphere over Siberia, absolutely leveling over 80 million trees and over a 2,000 square kilometer radius. That is massive. Now, back in 1908, I can understand us not really having the ability to see something like that coming, but in 2013, which is 1 year before this article we're talking about, which they still to this day claim they did not see coming because it came from the direction of the sun, which in turn blinded all the equipment used to detect meteoroids. Not only that, but they claim this massive meteor that exploded, injuring people with different types of burns, blowing out windows in thousands of buildings, was too small to see coming. Yes, my friends, that is the official answer to how this massive celestial body was able to enter our atmosphere and explode, causing damage on the ground in the 21st century. So, to tie this all together, you understand my concern when they now talk about an event that took place in 2014 over Papua New Guinea with a meteor the size of about 1.5 meters, very small, was kept hidden from the public for over 8 years, only being released now with the explanation being this. So this is very interesting. We're going to look at some of this article right here and get an idea of what their reasoning is for keeping this from the public. A fireball that blazed through the skies over Papua New Guinea in 2014 was actually a fast-moving object from another star system, according to a recent memo released by the U.S. Space Command, USSC. The object, a small meteorite measuring just 1.5 feet or 0.45 meters, slammed into Earth's atmosphere on January 8, 2014. after traveling through space at more than 130,000 miles per hour, a speed that far exceeds the average velocity of meteors that orbit within the solar system. Now pay attention here. According to a 2019 study of the object, 5 years after it actually took place, and what this study found was this: the confirmation makes the 2014 meteor the first interstellar object to ever be detected in our solar system. Alright, so let me explain this for 1 second. The reason this was so highly classified by our government is because they claim they are now learning that this specific object came from a whole other star system, where in previous research they basically claimed that every other meteoroid or meteor came from within our solar system alone. Now I'm going to leave it up to you to decide if you believe that or not, and if that's grounds to keep something completely hush-hush for just over 8 years. Or dare I say that this could be a damage control situation where they are claiming that these new interstellar meteoroids coming from outside our star system are traveling too fast for us to actually see and detect. Now, I'm just throwing this out there, but could this be an excuse to explain away future meteoroids or exploding meteors, which we've seen non-stop all over the US specifically, and the fact that because they're coming from other star systems, they are traveling at speeds that we have never seen before, and in turn can be explained away as to why we don't see them? I don't know, my friends. Your guess is as good as mine, but it seems a little fishy to me that after all the years that NASA has been around and all the technology they claim to have, both stuff we know about and stuff we don't know about, that they are only now telling us that they can't track objects that are coming from outside of our solar system. It just seems a little off. All right, my friends, like I said before, leave me your thoughts down below. Tell me what you think about this situation and this new news and this current news coming out of our space program. I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. Shout out to Canada, and I have a lot of stuff to show you guys in the coming days. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Stop right there, my friends. If you have not already, click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Click all and you will get all notifications from this channel, and trust me, you won't be disappointed.